What's up, y'all? Chris from Northern Family Homestead. I haven't talked in a while. I've been kind of struggling going back and forth about wanting to make a video that speaks to everybody. I've always been a person that's cared about this world, especially the country. It's the greatest country on the planet. And I beg you, even if you don't like me, to watch this video. I got a lot to say, and some of it might just bake your melon. I'm not going to be apologetic. I am a flawed person. You're probably going to hear some language. I may get a little upset. I may get angry. I may be energized. I don't know. I may walk around. So I'm giving you that disclaimer. And I put my cowboy hat on because my hair is an absolute mess, even though it's dark and it's nighttime. I do a lot of my most extravagant thinking at night when my spirit and my soul is calm. And it's a complete 180 degrees from where I used to be, especially growing up. I had a lot of trauma in my life when I was younger. I lost a lot of good friends from stupid mistakes. Stuff we went through in high school. Kids partying and paying the ultimate choice or price by making that choice. And I did the same, and I got lucky. For some reason, I always felt like there was someone watching me over my shoulder, whisper to me. And honestly, that voice has got me to where I was. If it wasn't for that voice, I wouldn't be here in this world. I've attempted suicide 4 times in my life. From the time I was about 12 until I was about 17, 18 years old. I didn't know how precious life was. I just knew that pain was rough, hard to get through. Fast forward to I had kids. I had reached my partying stage. Okay, distraction number 1. The love of my life opened the door and scared me. If you people knew what very few people know, I was a very evil child, a very evil teenager, and somewhat of an evil man when I was in my 20s. I say evil because I let the evil win. There was always a battle going on. Sometimes it won, sometimes it lost. I hate to say, but 7 out of 10 times the evil won because it was easier. I was abused as a child in one of the nastiest ways you can be as a child, twice, for somewhat of an extended period of time. I don't believe my parents at the time knew how to deal with it. So the person that did it never got what I felt was coming to them. And I know now in retrospect that they probably paid the ultimate price, unless they repented before they passed. It's a struggle to be a parent. And I will say 100% that I sucked as a dad, and I probably still do. Because I don't know how to be a dad. I'm playing it from the hip, playing it from the cuff, so to speak. My adopted father and I had a very tumultuous relationship from the time I was about 12 all the way up until he passed. I won't say I didn't love them, because I did. They saved me. I was put up for adoption, and they took me. They didn't have to. They just wanted a child they couldn't have their own, so they got me. And they got my sister. They saved us both from what could have been a really bad life. I'm not going to say I grew up with a silver spoon or a golden spoon in my mouth, because I didn't. I learned a lot of things the hard way. But when I say that the evil won, for a long time, I almost embraced the evil. I wanted to destroy everything. I wanted to bring people down. I wanted it to grow. When I had kids, things turned, because it's seeing the beginning of life, seeing the life you created, that can really change you. And it did. Not fully. I had a lot of bad habits when my first 3 kids were born. Scratch that. I had a lot of bad habits through most of my kids being born. By the time Aiden was born, I was on what I would say, the road to recovery. It's funny in retrospect when someone passes away like Charlie Kirk, someone that you watched, and someone that you felt a kinship with, even though you didn't know the person, and the absolute destroying of your emotions when they're taken really makes you think about you, what you're made of. God came into my life. I was raised Catholic for 18 years. I went through everything, the First Communion, confirmation. I never had a relationship with Jesus. Jesus brought my wife along 23 years ago. Well, we'll be married 23 years, November 2nd. I knew her for 3 months, proposed, and we were married 6 months after we met. Something inside me knew she was mine. I thank God all the time for giving her to me. She has been unbelievable for 23 years. And she's been getting better and better. We still quarrel about things. All people do. The one thing we never do is say we hate each other, say we regret getting married. We don't. We just don't. A few years ago, she had gotten involved with the church. And she would come home on Sundays and ask me, hey, you want to go to church? Or I shouldn't say she would come home. She would be getting ready to go to church, and she'd ask me, you want to go? I'd say, no, I'm good. Appreciate it. And it's not that I wasn't a believer, because when he brought her to me, it changed something in me. I guess it made me feel mortal. I'd always felt immortal. I always felt like I had protection. And I probably did. I still to this day do not know why God has protected me the way he has over 53 years. I've done a lot of crazy things. And a lot of those choices I made should have been deadly, and they weren't. I've been an alcoholic. I've been a drug addict. Hell, through high school I was a pothead. Not that that actually made me a bad person. I actually think that chilled me out a lot. And made me want to learn things. Maybe one of the things that saved me, to be honest with you. And I'm not promoting marijuana saying, hey, that's a way to live, because it's not, because you're still in an altered state. And I'm going to get feedback and hate for saying that I was an alcoholic. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these people that's going to sit in a meeting and say I'm an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I actually haven't had a drink in probably 2 years. And when I stopped drinking, I mean, that's got to be 20 years ago. When I made a choice that it just didn't hold nothing for me. I mean, when I stopped my raging alcoholism, it was a wake-up call. I woke up in a state not knowing where I was or what I did, and that was enough for me to say, okay, that's enough. The evil's won enough. And I stopped. So, yeah, no, I'm not an alcoholic. Sorry. I'm not going to conform to what the world wants you to see yourself as. Charlie Kirk's death has really caused an awakening in this country. I'm one of the people that he's caused an awakening in. I've been quiet. I've been passive. I'm going to say too passive. He's been helping me to grow. God has. And through Charlie and listening to the things he said, his conviction of faith was unbelievable. Now, I'm not someone that can quote you stuff from the Bible. The main scripture that I remember is John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. And when Charlie was assassinated, it really took on a new light with me what Jesus did for us. His faith was unwavering. He took that death on the cross, which had to have been astronomically excruciating, because he knew the gift that it was to us. There's a bunch of people out there right now that may have listened to Charlie, that may have picked up a Bible for the first time, not even knowing Charlie. I'm calling out to all of you to press in. Feed that curiosity. Feed that drive to know what our Father did and why he did it. I hear all the time, why would God let this happen? Why would God let that happen? God gave us free will. And because he gave us free will, evil does have a way to get in. It has a way to manifest itself. It has a way to control people. I felt a lot of anger towards Tyler for killing Charlie, if that's what happened. I'm not going to speculate into all this conspiracy theory bullshit. And actually, I'm getting really tired of it. I'd just like to know the truth. I was watching Erica Kirk tonight at a Charlie tribute from the Cardinal Stadium, which I listened to J.D. Vance, and then Erica, and then Trump. And Erica forgave him. And to see the torment that was going through her. I mean, she was genuine. She genuinely forgave Tyler. And to see the strength that it took to do that was amazing. Their family has such an amazing faith. I'm not a very emotional person, but it took a lot to not break down when I listened to how she spoke and what she said about Charlie. And I hear all these people on the internet, just pure evil. Pure evil. A pastor at a church besmirching his legacy. I challenge anyone who said he was a racist, who said he did anything against anyone, to show me the video. Give me the proof. You're not going to find it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I have watched thousands of hours of Charlie, of Candace, Officer Tatum. I spent a lot of time on YouTube hearing truth being spoken. And then I watch all the detractors. And I watch these people that have all these people in their ear lie. Why? Do you truly want to live in just a fucked up world? Please remember, I did warn you ahead of time that my language will probably go berserk. It does. It's hard to control. But I get fired up hearing people demonizing people that didn't have an evil bone in their body. When did our country become so lost? We were founded by Christians. We were founded by believers. In God we trust. The Bill of Rights, the Constitution, everything was done based on our faith. How many times in history has our faith been persecuted? And how many times does it have to come out on the other side better and stronger for people not to understand? The world should be based on love, understanding. Does that mean we all have to agree with everybody on everything? No, we don't. Most countries on this planet, you can't have certain opinions. You can't say certain things. This is the only country on the planet that allows you to speak your mind. Yes, granted, there are some extreme things to that. Wishing death on people or celebrating someone's death is really, truly evil, and I understand that that shouldn't be protected speech. And yes, I'm smoking. Sorry, it's part of me. Deal with it. It's one of my vices that I'm working on. I'm trying to press in more. I'm trying to be the best person I can be at this point. God was my judge and jury, and He exonerated me of my past. And because He exonerated me of my past and the things I've done, I took advantage of it for a lot of years. I didn't understand it for what it was. It's a gift. At my job, I'm now a leader. I have people that listen to me. I have people that do what I say. So I have to take that very, very seriously. Because not only do I have their livelihood in my hands at some points, I have their safety in my hands, their sanity in my hands. There's a lot of things I have to weigh and a lot of things I have to avoid my own opinions. And try not to fall into traps, try not to fall into bad thoughts. And it's a struggle. And I'm going to constantly fall into bad traps. It's life. It's the way it is. I'm not perfect. But I'm letting everybody know from this point forward, I'm going to be as strong as I can for God. And as strong as I can for love and peace and understanding. Because this world's getting out of control. To see the amount of people that have risen up, to see the amount of voices that have come out of this is amazing. Charlie Kirk's going to go down in history as a person that changed the world. We could only be that lucky to change the world. That would be amazing. I just ask everybody just to be understanding of people. Don't take everything to heart. Don't take insults to heart. Let it roll off your back like Charlie did. People said evil things about him all the time. He was a prime example of what God wants us to do. Try to speak out. This isn't a political thing. This is good versus evil. Evil has taken a hold like I've never seen in my lifetime in the last 5 to 7 years. It's run rampant. COVID just feels like the beginning of where we are now. We need to get God back into our hearts. We need to get love back into our hearts. And we need to fight that evil on a daily basis. I'm begging you. We need it in this world. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I hope something hit you. I hope something sparks something in you. I'm not one of these people that can go out in public and speak. I just do things off the cuff. I can't debate like Charlie did. I can't quote Bible verses like Charlie did. But I can tell you the truth. I cannot lie. I have no problems helping people. I try to do it all the time. You see the homeless people sitting on the sides of the streets in Louisville. And I try to give them what I can when I can. And I try to be cheerful when I do it. Because it's what the world needs. Some people need a hand. Take mine. God, I'm here. Use me as you will. Just like Charlie said. His legacy is going to live on, people. And it's going to be bigger than anything you ever imagined. Jump in. It's joyful here. It's not violent here. And I got a message for the evil. A strong one. Because I'm sick and tired of you. We are sick and tired of the evil. There are those of us that'll stand by, fight it in their own way, not be outspoken. That's not me anymore. I will call it out when I see it. I will fight it when I see it. I will do everything in my power to eradicate it. I asked my wife earlier, I said, do you ever think why we never had a nuclear war? I actually think I came up with an answer. If evil was to wipe out the world, it would wipe itself out. Weird thought, isn't it? So what does evil do? It takes us down one at a time, one by one. It wants to rule this world. It wants to take this world over. It wants to make this world something it's not. Because God created it and he wants to corrupt it. The enemy will do anything he can to get to you. And while Charlie's death was an absolute tragedy and a gut punch to the other believers that are out there, it's just going to get bigger. You made a mistake by doing that. Charlie got his eternal reward way earlier than any of us felt he should, because we wanted him here with us. We loved him. We loved his words. We loved the way he engaged with people. Charlie, you did your job, brother. Rest easy. We got this. Your wife is strong. Your children will be stronger. They'll be bolder. Because of you. And because of the support she will get. I also want evil to know something else out there. You can kill each one of us. It doesn't matter. Because once you kill one of us, 1,000 more will take our place. You can't kill good. It just doesn't happen. And I also want to let the evil know there are others out there that will protect themselves. We're not all defenseless. Keep that in mind. We are a forgiving, loving people, but we will protect ourselves and others. It's part of the reason why our forefathers gave us the protection of the Second Amendment. It's to protect us and each other against any and all, including a tyrannical government. Because evil's everywhere. I love you all. And I really hope you'll share this with others. If you like, you subscribe, that'd be great, but at least share. So maybe they'll know what a common person here in this country thinks. Common nobody that never talked to anybody about it. That ends tonight. I love y'all. Peace.